So, I said if I reached 50,000 subscribers, I would jump out of a plane. So, the night before the jump, I hardly slept. I think I got about 2 hours because I was quite worried and very anxious. All I could see in my mind was the door of the plane and the ground. I wasn't even imagining parachuting or skydiving, nothing like that. So I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, or rather I open my eyes because I hadn't slept, and I make tracks to Salisbury airfield where I did the jump. So it's the morning of the skydive. Very nervous. Here we go. And we're here. And from there I was greeted, had to sign in, as if he was going on holiday, except I jumped out of a perfectly fine plane. I then had to attend a class to tell me more about the skydive, the parachute jump, how things work. And we watched a few videos, there was a few questions, a few answers. Learned a lot, and I kind of got an emotional response from everyone in the room and what was going on and what the instructor was trying to say. Found it really, really interesting. And then we moved on to the kitting up room, where obviously you put the jumpsuit on, the harnesses, the whole shebang. And then we were taught the maneuvers of what you have to do throughout the whole thing. So basically the first move would be either holding your arms like that, holding the harness down low. Apparently you can't touch it up here for some reason. I'd probably say that you would fall out of the sky because you loosened something if you pulled anything. I'm not quite sure about that. And then when you've jumped out of the plane, or rather pushed, you can then release your arms and put them out in front of you, like that. And then when you come into land, you've got to lift your feet higher than your waist, otherwise you'd probably break your leg or something, I don't know. I managed to do that. So, from there, we then went to a kind of paddock where we had to wait for our instructors to come along. They gave us some more instructions, and then they walked us to the plane. Yeah, I was pretty nervous by this point. And the instructor I had was absolutely brilliant. He was very calm, he was very calming, very encouraging, very pleasant guy, as you'll see in the video. And we get on the plane, and usually I would be really, really scared of getting on a plane. I'm not good with heights at all. But at this point, I wasn't even thinking about the plane. I was thinking about the end result. I was thinking about jumping out of the plane. That's the end result there. That's the reality of it. I'm not even thinking about, oh, I'm on a plane, I'm going up thousands of feet. It didn't even matter. So we sat on this bench, and my instructor behind me asked me to sit on his lap, and he tightened some harnesses up even tighter, so I was nice and firmly in there. I wasn't going to go anywhere. And then I heard the announcement that we were at 1,000 feet. I'm looking down thinking, wow, that's pretty high already. I got to times that by 10. And then I started to get a little bit nervous. And then we got to 4,000 feet. I seemed okay there, but my mouth was very dry. And then I think I started to take shallower breaths, even though my instructor told me take long breaths, and I know all this stuff anyway. And then we get to jumping altitude, 10,000 feet. And before I knew it, my instructor had slid me along the bench, up to the door, and I'm just dangling there. I'm just dangling out of a flying plane with an instructor strapped onto the back of me. Hopefully he's got a parachute, that's what I'm thinking. So there's quite a gust of wind, but I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't as bad as what you think it would be. You can actually breathe up there. I didn't have any difficulty breathing. And then he kind of like he gave the count of 3, and he went 1, 2, 3, and then off we went. Straight into the sky, straight down. And as you can see by the video, I look back at the plane and I'm quite disorientated for a couple of seconds, and then I'm there. And I don't know what happened. but I just really started to enjoy it. I thought, wow, this is really amazing. It doesn't feel like you're falling. It feels like you're floating. It feels like you're being pushed upwards. Unless you've done a jump, I would recommend it now I've done it. I don't think you would understand it. But yeah, it's a very surreal experience. So we're falling down, I'm playing up to the camera, or trying to. I got my thumb stuck in the harness. And what I would recommend is, if you do a jump, smile tightly. Because I tried to smile and my lip got stuck, and there's no way of moving unless you grab it or do that. So hence the Daffy Duck look, which isn't pretty. Especially if you've got big teeth like me. So we're going down, we're going down, do a couple of spins, and then it's time to pull the parachute. And it's quite a yank that you feel when the wind catches the sails of the parachute as it goes up. And your legs, well, you can imagine stopping at 125 miles an hour. Your legs come up, and I think I almost kicked myself in the face. But hey ho, I really enjoyed it. But the strange thing I found was, once the parachute had deployed, I've never heard such a quiet place ever. It was quite serene, very surreal. It was like being in a sound deprivation tank. But you're looking down, but yeah, strange. And my instructor's actually whispering to me. I can hear him and he can hear me. It was an amazing experience, it really, really was. So I guess I've got you guys to thank for that. And I think we're now at 52,000, I was going to say 52,000 feet. No, we're not. 52,000 subscribers. So what I want to say is thank you very much for your support. It means the world to me. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for 100,000 subscribers. So if you'd like to put your suggestions in the comments section below, I'll have a little think and I'll see which one I'll pick. I am quite a daredevil, as you can see, so I'm up for anything. Thanks for watching, and thank you.